Konnichiwa, that's Mitzi, and this is the Shogunstein, and this is a look at these brand new Ultras that I picked up on a early Black Friday deal on the Amazon. This is the Forward VIA, which is these are size 9.5. I actually tried on a size 10, and they were too big. They were on clearance somewhere else, and they didn't have my size. And these were on clearance as well as with the Black Friday. So I'm wondering, since they're on clearance at the big store and on clearance on the Amazon, if this was not a very popular shoe. It is kind of big for a Altra. Certainly doesn't seem to have the zero drop that they were famous for. If you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know that in the past, when I've trained for some half marathons and was running more 5Ks, those days are not as frequent as they were, say, a few years ago. I've worn the Provisions and any number of versions of the Provision. I really enjoyed the shoe. It was a great shoe, but I've also mentioned that I always had problems with Altra because of their sizing. The Provisions, the different versions of Provisions I never had, even with the same model, I seem never to be the same size. Now, when I do hiking, and I guess it was last summer, no, maybe 2 summers ago, that I was doing more off-road running, I was using the Lone Peak. So I have had several pairs of Lone Peak, again, for hiking, just everyday walking, and when I do some trail running here in the desert. Again, not something that I do as heavily as I was 2 summers ago. And I've used some of their shoes for CrossFit, again, in a past life. I believe it was the Superior, which was kind of like a lighter version of the Lone Peak. So I've had a number of different Altra shoes over the years, and now that the weather is broken here in the desert here in Phoenix, it's not 110 degrees. Actually outside and do some more running. I'm also doing the Wahlberg, the F44, so a shoe that I can wear to the gym as well. These are much bigger than what I usually wear at the gym. I wear Innovate. I like to feel the ground a little more, like something that's a little closer to the ground, a little lighter. But I am not as light as I used to be, so maybe I do need a heavier shoe. In the past, I have run in Brooks Beasts as well. So it's a big shoe, which is, again, kind of contrary to what Ultra was. Nice color. Supposedly these have a nice wide toe box. Again, it doesn't come in a wide. Some of the shoes, I think the Touring comes in a wide. But we're going to try these out. And again, they were on sale. They were on clearance sale at the big store, and they were even cheaper on Amazon. So again, I don't know if the reviews or people particularly like these shoes. Again, big shoe like this, I think of like a Hoka. Now, I have worn Speed Goats for hiking, and when I do run off-road a little bit, and again, don't do it as much as a couple of years ago, but I have used Hoka Speed Goat. I'm not really a fan of Hoka because there's too much cushioning. I'm not a big fan of an overly cushioned shoe, so already that might be a concern here. But we're going to try them out. The weather's nice. Get out there. At the very least, when I'm walking this girl over here, I'm going to give these a try. We'll try it out. Again, we'll be out on the road, trying them out. Maybe try them out for some workouts too. Again, maybe more the cardio workouts over there at F46. Not necessarily lifting. These shoes are definitely too big for the days that are more lifting type F43 workouts. So this is the Ultra. Again, famous for the zero drop, but this shoe seems different for them. And we'll see how it is. Again, I'm not the runner I was, 8 or 9 years ago, wearing my Provisions, doing, the Vegas half or some of the half marathons that they used to have here in the Phoenix area. But we'll let you know what they think. And again, I'll also be looking at it from the point of view of someone with a wide foot. And I run like a duck. I tend to go out like here. So we'll see what sort of pronation that it has as well. So this is the Shogunstein. This is a look at a pair of 9.5s Ultra M. I guess that's for men's. Forward VIA. A big shoe for Ultra. This is the Shogunstein out.